Hello, I'm Damin from You Can Be Yourself Here. This is Season 1, Episode 2, How to Crack the Code. I want to talk about relationships or situationships today. Honestly, because I have had these conversations so many times with my close girls lately, and I always feel so passionate about giving the right responses for the friend according to their situation for them from my experience. Even though no one can really give the right response to anyone's relationship, there are times when you just have to just hear it and stop being a peasant. Be a queen. Act like a queen. Even the man, you go be the queen you deserve. You attract what you are, actually. I am a living proof, according to my past, which I will share more throughout the episodes. But today, I'm going to focus on how I learned the hard way to know what it means to take care of myself. I was 21, where I didn't know anything. I was just blind. And then years kept passing in this relationship, and I found myself unhappy. Like I knew it, and tired and weak and numb all the time, every day. And I knew inside that something was off in this relationship, but I didn't know what. Like, because also at that time, the term gaslighting, the red flags, all that, it wasn't highlighted as much as it is today. So I had no concept of it to identify it when it was happening. It's really scary for me to now think about how somebody can bring another person down so much. I really had to hit rock bottom of my mentals to really get out of it. And going back to my first episode topic, eventually I was the one putting myself down. I was the one making the conscious decision to be manipulated, to be criticized left and right. I was almost justifying everything so I don't go insane, choosing to stay in a relationship. It started with this immense aloneness and coldness that took over because I couldn't trust anyone around me at that time to depend on or to talk to. And that's when I resorted to writing out my vents because I had to release it somehow. You know, a human being's survival mode really kicks in at desperate times. And my mode was to do anything possible to get a hold of myself. And as I mentioned in the first episode, I started sharing my thoughts out on the anonymous Instagram page, basically as a cry out for help, which is You Can Be Yourself Here page that now I am inspiring myself to make it into a podcast and a community to share more with intention. And that is when I learned the power of being there for myself. As I kept writing and sharing my posts, I started to be able to reflect on myself and I was able to see things more clearly. But it took a long time and patience within myself. I wish I realized the wrongness of this relationship sooner, but I just had to go through repetition of beating myself up until I was done, until I finally realized. And because of the extreme low I experienced at the time, it also hit me that there could be an extreme high in that same level. And that's when I cracked the code. It's really all about your own mindset. Once you experience having your own back and being your own best friend during your hard times, you then have awakened your peak potential. Relationships are not easy, even with yourself, meaning you can't take advantage of relationships that matter to you or that you want it to matter. Human to human contact requires so much communication and understanding to develop a foundation. And even then, you have to keep trying and put the mutual effort and willingness to improve and keep the relationship. And that can also happen more naturally if you're working on yourself and if your goal is to better yourself. Then either people fall out or get closer. And yeah, it's not easy to get hurt or get disappointed when people surprise you unpleasantly, but it is what it is. You have to accept that. You cannot control people. You can only control yourself and what you want and your surroundings and your pathways. I learned to not put so much energy into anything relating to somebody else. You put your energy into yourself, then let others do them. We're not caretakers of anybody. Unless you're a parent, then now part of your life task is to also raise a child. So that's a different story. But also, actually, you should also still take care of yourself first. So then you can take care of somebody else. And seriously, learn how to take care of yourself. Learn how to love yourself. Learn how to treat yourself the best way possible. So if you can do that for yourself, your partner should be able to do the same, do more, or and want to do more. That's all I'm going to say. If you get it, good for you, you get it. But if you don't get it, maybe you gotta just go through more to get it. And if you don't get it and want to get it, I'm here. I want to talk about it. I'm open to having personal conversations. The whole point of me doing this again is also to help us become our own best friends. And I also would like to know what other ways I could also help myself and better myself every day. And I want you to feel also what it should be like to be your own best friend, to be your own best supporter, to be your own best partner. Then literally anything becomes possible and your standards will change. I would love to chat more about this and let me know if this topic resonates with you. You can write me an email to youcanbeyourselfhere@gmail.com or you can DM me. Again, thank you so much for listening, and there will be more to come. Bye.